Transformations. So here we have a grid with two shapes with each of their points labeled with a letter. The question says, point P is transformed 4 squares to the left and 6 squares down. What are the coordinates of P after the transformations? So first we will mark the point P, as that is the point we are interested in. And the first transformation was 4 squares to the left. So you simply count 4 squares, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then the question says it goes 6 squares down. From the point where it stopped, we go 6 squares down. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we end up at this cross. Now to read the coordinates of this one, we need to write down in the format x, y. So the value on the x-axis, so going from this point and going towards the x-axis, we hit the point 3. So that is 3. And then we do the same, but going towards the y-axis, hit the y value, which is also 3. So the coordinate for P after these two transformations is 3 and 3. Let's look at another example. So here the question is, point Y is transformed by reflection in mirror line 2. What are the coordinates of Y after the transformation? So here first we mark the point Y, and we're interested in mirror line 2, which is this one here. So for this transformation, we count the number of squares we have to reach mirror line 2, which in this case is 2. And as it's a mirror, we go the opposite side by the same amount. So we go over here, also by 2. So this is our final point. So now we need to write the coordinates in the format x, y. And from this last position, we go towards our x-axis and we hit the point 8. So our x value is 8. And then we do the same, but this time going towards the y-axis and we hit the point 3. So here the coordinate is 8, 3. The key thing here is if you're doing a reflection, you count towards the mirror line and then go the same amount on the opposite side. So here we had a difference of 2. So we want another 2 on the opposite side of mirror line 2, given that's what was asked for. Let's look at another example. So here the question says, rotate point Y 90 degrees clockwise around the point 6, 3. What are the coordinates of Y after the transformation? So let's start with highlighting the key points. We are interested in point Y. So let's put a little cross on point Y. We want to go 90 degrees clockwise. So we're going to go in this direction. And we're going to go around the point 6, 3, which going along the x-axis by 6 and going up 3 takes us to this point here. So that's where we're going to rotate around. So to solve these sort of questions, what we do is we join the 2 points. But we can only join them using the directions of our x and y axis. So we can only go in a straight line up and down or left and right. So now we have this green L shape drawn between the 2 points. And we were told that we need to move clockwise. So we'll do this at one step at a time. So we take this line here first and we rotate this first. So moving this clockwise 90 degrees takes us to this blue line. So this originally had a length of 2, so we're keeping that length of 2 consistent. And then this extra line that we had here, we draw in the same position as it was before. So it's going to go along this line here. Now this has a length of 4, so that means this must have a length of 4. So let's draw that line. So now we have ended up at this position. So this is our final position that we want to work out the coordinates for. Now going down towards our x-axis gives us 10. Our first value of our coordinate is 10. And then going across, we hit 1. So our y value is 1. So the coordinate here is 10, 1. Let's look at another example. So here we have rotate point x 90 degrees anti-clockwise around the point 8, 5. What are the coordinates of x after the transformation? So here we'll highlight the key points. So point x, let's put a mark on that. So we want to go 90 degrees anti-clockwise. So we're going to go in this direction and we're going to rotate around the point 8, 5. So let's mark that. So 8 going across the x-axis and then 5 going up the y. So we'll hit this point here. Now, unlike the previous example, we have the 2 points in line with each other. So instead of an L shape, we're going to have a straight line. Now we're rotating around this point, so that means that this position is going to go towards the left-hand side here at a position of 90 degrees. Now this has length 3, so we're going to draw our new line also with length 3. So this takes us to this position here. Now we want the x and the y value. So from this point we go towards our x-axis and we get 5, and we also go to our y-axis and we also get 5. So our answer is 5, 5. Look at another example. So here we have rotate point R 90 degrees anti-clockwise around the point H1. What are the coordinates of R after the transformation? So here the key thing here is point R. So let's mark that point. We're going to go 90 degrees anti-clockwise. So we're going to go in this direction here. And we're going to go around the point H1. So let's mark that. So 8 on the x-axis and 1 up. So that's our point that we're going to resolve around. And we join these 2 points using the vertical and the horizontal. So in the same direction as the x and the y-axis. And we get a L shape. So now we start with the line that is joining the point that we're going to rotate around. So this line here. And we rotate this 90 degrees anti-clockwise. So we end up here. So we join this line to the end of the purple line we've just drawn. So this has a length of 9 take away 1, so it's 8. So we got 9 because going across it hits 9, and then from the bottom bit if we go across it hits 1. So it has length 8. So we'll draw a line going horizontally from the end of the previous purple line, and we end up at this point here. So the length here was 8, so that's the reason why we gone 8 points across to the left. So the coordinates here would be going down, we hit the origin, so it's 0, and we're already on the y-axis, so this one would have point 2. So this one would have value 2. So the coordinate is 0, 2. Let's look at another example. So here we are asked to rotate point U 90 degrees anti-clockwise around the point 2, 7. What are the coordinates of U after the transformation? So here the key points are dealing with point U. So let's mark that one. Point U is over here. And we're going to go 90 degrees anti-clockwise. So we're going to go in this direction around the point 2, 7. So again, we joined these 2 points. So again, we've joined it by horizontal and vertical lines. And we want to rotate around the point 2, 7. So we're going to rotate around this point here. So first we'll take the line that's joining onto the point that we're rotating around, and we take that across. So this one has a length of 4. So that takes us to this red line here. Now to the end of this, we add in the same position this smaller piece here. That takes us to U originally. So it's only 1 square, so it's going to take us up here. So let's draw that. So that takes us to this point here. So the coordinate for this one is going to go towards the x-axis, so that hits at 6. And we go towards the y-axis and it hits it at 8. So the coordinate here is 6, 8.
You can download the application on Google Play or App Store, and you can visit our website mathslegends.co.uk.